the apocalyptic devotee here. This will be my first in a series of videos on resurgent atavism, as I said before. But first I would like to explain my username as apocalyptic devotee. When I use apocalyptic, I mean it in all definitions of the word, especially as it comes to meaning the unveiling of that which is hidden, coming into hidden knowledge, in a way, becoming initiated. And I also mean it as well as in the end of the world, fiery destruction of things, and the end of this society in many ways. I mean it in very metaphysical, spiritual, and temporal terms. And in the metaphysical sense, even the apocalypse beyond coming into hidden knowledge can be a word that can be used for terms using within the greater holy war. For you wage the inner destruction of the lower self to ascend into the higher self and come into full knowledge of being and God. I don't necessarily believe that we become as vast as the supreme sentient source of the multiverse, but we become unified with it, and we become as a vehicle and a channel for it. And that is really the main purpose of atavism as well. For our ancestors being closer to nature and closer to their own identities, were closer than to the Godhead. As today we are mired in just mass confusion, indoctrination from the television, which, as I said before, is really one of my main hatreds in the world. I hate the television. It is nothing but a box of spells being cast upon the viewers, being formed into the opinions, having their wills bent against them to accept things that normally they would not accept if they were listening to the truth, to the true vibrations of nature, to the inner voice that speaks through intuition, which is coming from the multiverse. For when you really, really think about it, when you think deeply about it, the consciousness, everyone should know this really, who's a mystic at all. Consciousness, spirit, precedes matter. Precedes matter. Matter, you could put it many ways, comes out of spirit. Matter is fallen from spirit, and so it is the duty to return to spirit from the cage of this world. And so through a connection back to the past of our people and their spiritual memories, we can proceed to return to knowing of the self with a capital S, and to destroy the self with a lowercase s. This really is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to escape this prison, this worldly prison. So how does one begin the steps to commune with one's folk and their spirit? There are many ways, and a lot of it is very easily accessible now thanks to the internet and the access we have to literature, music, and imagery. These will aid the aspiring in their quest to unify themselves with the spirit. Music is a great and powerful channel to rekindle the spiritual memories of our ancestors that lie dormant within our very DNA and our very spirit itself. We are them. I mean, this is common knowledge. We are them. But it's more than that. It's we maintain deep within ourselves all the memories that have gone before us. All the memories that have gone before us, to the very primordial past, to the birth of the stars themselves, to the birth of the very cosmos. For we are composed of that very same matter, which maintains the memory of all that it has ever been through. When you think about crystals, crystals can maintain information and then release that information later. It's used in computers and satellites and such. And we are composed of the very things of crystals, as is the entire universe. It's all maintaining the memory of everything that has ever occurred, for all things are so deeply interconnected, and even science is now coming to this understanding that one atom, one molecule here, is connected with no bond between it to another molecule that may be on the most vast distant side of the multiverse, and they will act in unison as if they are in the same spot. For in true reality, they very much are. So getting back to the television and its spell casting and why you should avoid it, it should be obvious, because as I said, it is a tool for black magic informing the will and opinions of the majority of the people, who conform to it without even knowing it. I do believe most of them don't even know they have been formed by television. They think that these opinions and ideas they formulate are of their own thinking. This is wrong thinking. Avoid these things, for even if you're watching them to critique them, there will be some sort of seed that slips through, whether it be a seed of doubt of the truth, or whatever seed it is, it will slip through. So first of all, maintain music that uplifts the soul, that returns the mind back to spirit, back to the folk. It's very important. It could not be more important. And also read lots of material. Lots of material on, especially the best material, I think, is the material that comes from the mystical tomes of the past, such as the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, the Eddas. Read all you can. Read all the philosophers. Read everything. Consume it all. Ingest all information. And you will then be on the road to successful integration of our ancestral heritage and spirit. And it will guide you in your life. And miraculous things will occur. Great coincidences. The universe will dance with you. It's wonderful. So for the aspiring atavist, listen to a lot of good music that focuses the mind on good things, on chivalrous action, on right duty, things that uplift you. I would say avoid rock and roll type music. Anything that comes out of the pop contemporary culture just isn't good. And it will not lead you anywhere. It will not lead you back to the ancestral heritage. It will only lead you into becoming a consumer of the goods of the black magicians. So that's all I have to say on this video. Top of the head stuff. I'm sure I'll get better as I progress. But, so just keep that in mind. Ingest all the material you can from our folk. And especially, I would like to say, read Evola, read Winall, read Di Giorgio, who are more contemporary, but they are atavists. They have the wisdom of the forefolk. And especially read Miguel Serrano. That Nos is amazing. It blows my mind. And you will slowly come to understand, and then you can integrate this into your daily activity. And above all, also meditate. Meditate. Do ceremonial rituals. Burn incense to the gods, or to the god, and to your folk. Offer it up. Live a code of existence. Live a code of chivalry. A martial code of valor and virtue. You may not be a knight, but that does not mean you cannot live by a code of honor. And that too as well will slowly be integrated into your being. And you will be, in that time, you will be resurging the past memories to the now. That's all I have to say for now. Apocalyptic Devotee signing out. Hail.